Hello guys, I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. If you're a returning subscriber, as always, guys, welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Well, guys, October is National Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So shout out to the domestic violence survivors. It's unfortunate that you went through what you went through, but hopefully it made you a stronger person and more aware in life. Now, speaking of domestic violence, this happened Tuesday out there in St. Louis, Missouri. Shout out St. Louis. And this right here is absolutely horrible, guys. See this woman up here? This is 29-year-old Trinity Staten. She's no longer with us. This woman was brutally gunned down at a gas station after she got into a Lyft driver's car by this man right here. This guy you see up here is Jeremy Norcross. I don't know how old he is. They'll tell you in this video. This guy was riding on a bicycle, circled the Lyft vehicle that Miss Trinity was getting in, and decided to pull out a gun and brutally gun her down inside the back seat of the car, in which the Lyft driver took off and rushed her to the hospital, where she tragically didn't make it. I want you guys to take a look at this, and I'm going to come back with commentary, man. This right here is a mess.
Murdered in a lift. New details coming out this evening about a woman shot while in a rideshare.
Tonight, her boyfriend is locked up, charged with murder, and accused of putting an innocent rideshare driver in danger. I'm Morgan Harris with Corey Stark. Samantha is off. This extreme violence is just the latest crime to involve someone using or driving a rideshare.
And some Uber and Lyft drivers say the dangers of the unknown have them taking action to steer clear of threats.
The shooting involving a Lyft rider happened around 2 this morning at a gas mart off of North Broadway and I-70. First Alert 4's Sean Kipper reports on the crime and the concerns.
I've been worried, and it doesn't really surprise me.
Jason Edwards drives for Lyft all over St. Louis, and while disheartened, he was not surprised when he learned that a Lyft rider was shot and killed in North St. Louis Tuesday.
I stay out of North St. Louis, so it's not that I don't drive those areas, I just don't pick people up in those areas.
Police say Trinity Staten got into a Lyft around 2 in the morning on Tuesday, and her boyfriend, Jeremy Norcross, circled the Lyft on a bicycle and then fired into the vehicle. The Lyft driver took Staten to the hospital, where she died.
We all want to get home, to our families, so it could have just as easily been a driver or a passenger.
Doug Mary drives for both Uber and Lyft and says he refuses to go out past 2 a.m. because of the things he's seen.
You don't know who's getting in your car.
He adds he tries just to stick to St. Charles County, as earlier this year when he started, he accepted every ride.
You realize that you were just a mule or an escort for an escort.
The shooting happened off North Broadway at this Gas Mart mobile gas station. In the morning, First Alert 4 cameras saw police detain a man at the scene. Police now say the suspect, Norcross, was arrested on scene. It comes after a summer in which police say juveniles carjacked multiple Uber drivers, and after an attempted carjacking in North City, a man was shot in the head in Columbia, Illinois by a rider. Something both men took note of.
Yes, there's an absolute danger.
And there is still a lot to learn in all of this. Police say in court documents that they found a gun in Norcross's vehicle, which, if you remember, they say he was riding a bike at the time of the shooting. So we're asking for more clarification on that. But police do say he's admitted to shooting at the vehicle his girlfriend was in. Reporting live in the newsroom, John Kipper, First Alert 4.
Bowed in prayer and balloons going up for a woman shot while getting into a Lyft this week. Police say her boyfriend is the one who pulled the trigger. 29-year-old Trinity Staten died on Tuesday, and First Alert 4's Jordan Burrell spoke to her mother, who, as you can imagine, is distraught and trying to make sense of losing her daughter.
Yeah, you love your TV.
As balloons fill the sky, heartbreak and the sound of a mother's cry fills the space below. Dominique Staten crying out for her daughter Trinity. She was shot and killed early Tuesday morning.
Life of the party, as you can see, she was loved by Lenny, the biggest heart in the world. She'll give you the shirt off her back. She'll take her anybody. The person that killed her, she took her of him. And I still to this day don't know why he took her life.
Police say the shooting happened around 2:30 in the morning. We're told this man, Jeremy Northcross, rode a bicycle and started circling the Lyft vehicle Trinity Staten entered. Northcross then fired multiple shots at the car as it pulled away from the North Broadway and East Clarence intersection.
He took her life because she wanted to leave.
Staten says Northcross and her daughter were in a relationship.
When I say domestic violence is real, it's real, and I never thought I'd be going through this a day in my life.
29-year-old Trinity Staten, her mother's second child, was one of 4 siblings. She didn't have any children of her own, but her mother says her nieces and nephews were her world. And Trinity was the glue that held this family together.
And for him to take my baby, it's horrible.
First Alert 4 looked into Northcross's background. Missouri court records show he had no prior convictions other than a ticket violation. He is charged with first-degree murder and armed criminal action in connection to Trinity's death. Dominique wants her daughter's story to prevent this from happening to anyone else.
If you are ever in it, find a way to get out.
The family is still searching for that Lyft driver who drove away from the scene and immediately took Trinity to the hospital. Her mother says they want to thank them, whoever they are. Corey?
Just a heartbreaking story, Jordan. Thank you. Well,
Okay, guys, that's the story of this young lady tragically lost her life, Trinity Staten. May she rest in peace, St. Louis, Missouri. You know, it's upsetting that this type of stuff does happen. And, you know, from a male standpoint, when, you know, guys look at other guys that do that type of stuff, it's kind of like with a side eye. And I want you to look at these 2 pictures of these people. Now, this guy right here, they're saying he didn't have a criminal record. This girl right here taking a regular picture, a lot of people taking the bathroom of themselves or wearing an outfit. Something normal. He don't look too bad. I'm saying, like, I mean, he looked like a regular dude. Said he had no criminal record, right? That doesn't mean nothing. It starts somewhere. I didn't have a criminal record and I did some crazy stuff. A lot of times people bring up, you know, criminal past and what, you know, to try to give, you know, the viewer or like the public a reason of why this type of stuff happens. Don't have to be a reason initially. Something brought these 2 people together. But it had to be something that, you know, took him to take her life. Now I want you to think about something. I don't know either one of these people, but I'm just going off of what this says. 2 in the morning, she's at a gas station. Waiting for a ride share. She gets in the ride share. He sees her getting the ride share. He's on a bicycle 2 in the morning. The fuck are you doing? Now, I don't know if she was coming from a bar, a club, or whatever, but evidently her getting in that car didn't sit right well with him. And it makes me really think, and I always think about this when I watch these domestic violence videos. What is the asset? What is a woman's asset to a person like this? Seriously. What is a woman's asset? A lot of times, you know, us as visual beings, we'll see something that we like and get curious about it and want to know more about it. Men, we're conquering beings. Even that means getting you or getting with you or whatever is what we do. It's just normal. That's how God made us. There are a lot of women out there that, you know, are caring beings and try to fix broken men. And a lot of times these toxic relationships don't work. And nowadays you're seeing less survivors of this type of toxic relationships more than ever. It's upsetting to me. The reason why I brought up the asset is because a lot of times nowadays, men that ain't doing shit with their lives and still are little kids in the mind, they get with these women and they wear masks until they can't wear it no more, and then things go awry. But there are always flags. There are always flags with people, and a lot of people don't see them. I, for one, am one of them people that didn't see flags or chose to ignore them. Let's be honest here. You know, and I'm not saying this is her fault, because by no means should 2 people in a relationship ever put their hands on each other. But mom said it was a toxic relationship. Domestic violence is real, which we seen with the outcome. And the one thing I want to bring up is she said she took care of him. She didn't have her own children, but she took care of him. How do you take care of a grown man? It's many different ways. Physically, through sex or whatever. Emotionally, through being there when he's down and out or whatever. Or, you know, just spiritually trying to uplift him to make him a better version of himself or the potential that you see as a woman. But if a man don't see that potential, it's nothing. All your works go undone. A lot of times you lose your life. This is fucked up. This happened to this woman. But this is just the reality that's out here now. There are a lot of people that are men in stature, but not in mind. A lot of guys nowadays, you know, the mother said she wanted to get away from him, which is always the worst time, you know, when you're in a violent relationship for the female a lot of times or the male. But the mom said she wanted to get away from him. Because bottom line is enough over time with two people. And it should never end in somebody dying. This guy's riding around on a bicycle 2 fucking o'clock in the morning. What was he looking for her? Then mom said she wanted to get away from him. Think about it. He had a bike. She was in a rideshare vehicle. Now, I don't know if anybody has a car or anything like this, but a lot of times if you pay attention to these stories, I do. A lot of times when you see men fly off the handle, a lot of times they don't have shit. You know what I'm saying? You may think your beauty and your body is the asset. Nowadays, with childish men that throw temper tantrums off of the smallest thing, usually the greatest asset is what you possess that they can use. You know what I'm saying? And it's just upsetting. It's just the reality out here. It's just messed up. When I was younger, a man, like I was taught when I was younger, you don't live in a woman's house. You have your own house and a woman come live with you. And then you make that house inviting. And then, you know, you have your head straight because the reflection of what your house looked like is a reflection of how you feel on the inside about yourself. Keep yourself groomed, so on and so forth. And then you don't worry about going and picking women, because when you do what you're supposed to do as a man, your aura will attract anybody, and you as a man can pick and choose. Throw to my sons. And I think that's the realest information I ever got in my life. And it's like a lot of people nowadays have never been taught that. And a lot of people nowadays don't want to hear that, because everything now is testicular fortitude about how many honeys you can get, or everybody want to be the man, everybody want to be on social media, something that they not, and all this other stuff. And then when you really look close between the lines, and a lot of times the pictures these people trying to front, they're insecure as hell, weak, and a lot of them are scared. And it's not always men. But this is just what it is. And it's upsetting that this happened. And it's going to continue to happen until they naturally come together and do something about it in the justice system. Fuck that he had a no criminal record. And then his first charge, besides a parking ticket or whatever it was they said he was charged with, is murder of a woman that he once said or claimed he loved. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Take care. Man, this young lady, Trinity Stanton, at age 29 years old, taken off of this earth. Rest in peace. See you in the next video. Take care.